All right, what's up, YouTube fam? This is Jake. I was just cruising the internet. The old lady got a 30-inch light bar hidden behind the grill for her 2016 4runner. I got her for Christmas. She's been begging for it for years. I found about 10 zillion videos online of how to pull off the front clip. It's a bunch of pop pins and a couple of screws. It's nothing crazy. There's a couple of spots where there's some like push pop ins on the front clip that you feel like you're going to tear the whole front of the car off, but they eventually break loose. But you'll see that in all the videos out there. It seems like everybody and their brother always cuts off their video when something gets difficult. You want to, fast forward very conveniently, the bolt that snapped off and you had to go drill it out, for 3 hours. You fast forwarded past all that. So the thing on this one, the difficult part was it's a rough country light bar hidden behind the grill. With that, they have a bunch of like pre-built wiring with it, and the pre-built wiring is fantastic. I mean, it's like excellent quality. However, I think it's like a universal kit, and so when you have a universal kit like that, usually it's for a full-size truck, just like it is for a 4runner. Well, I'll tell you that you're not doing any extravagant wiring on this. It's maybe like a 10-foot run from the light bar to into the switch. So you have like a 10-foot jumper from the light bar to the relay setup. And then there's like another 10-foot jumper that goes from the relay setup into the cab for the switch. And then in addition to that, there's a small jumper that goes and grabs all your power off the battery or wherever you want to go grab it from. I ended up getting it off of the battery just because I was able to go kind of route things and keep them incognito. But the battery one is like a 1-foot stub, so you don't have a ton of choices unless you're going to go splice into something else you have running. I saw a lot of videos online of people using the windshield wiper heater and being able to still dim or something, dim the lights with it. This switch is a 3-way switch or whatever, so it's got on, high, on low, and then off. So with that, I'll just give you a quick glance at the way I ran things. So, I don't know if you can see this. This is the light bar. Grab my headlamp. Alright, so here's the light bar. And then you can see, well, maybe you can see, but basically the power cord comes right off the back of that and into the gap there. And then I ran it right in here. You can see it zip tied there, and it comes right behind that that soft rubber that's for the headlights. And then here's where I lumped a major chunk of cable that comes from the light bar itself, right here in front of the battery. Not the most beautiful thing, but it is pretty well hidden if you're not shining a light in there. And then I had it come cruise around here on the back of the battery. The fuse panel comes up and is bolted to the fender wall there. So I kind of cruised it in behind that and then mounted my relays up here. So that's nice. And then bundled up the cable right here. This is, again, a ton of the cable from the front and then a ton of the cable from what goes into the cab. And then I slid a small hole with a Phillips screwdriver, kind of just wrenching in there to poke a little hole. Be careful, that's like your main wiring bundle. Make sure you stay far away from it when you're poking a hole through there. And then I ended up using some snap ring pliers. So it's kind of, I guess, reverse. So snap ring pliers would be like pinching together. I got a set of pliers that is basically some little needle nose that will go and spread apart for, I think, like circlip or something like that. So I used those, stuck them in there because the rubber is extremely malleable. It's very flexible. That's what makes it so great for that through cab, because you're not going to get any water through it. So I used those to kind of poke in there and then spread that out. And then I was able to fish the cable through there. So after that, I came in, got into the cab. Sorry, the garage is totally tatered here. So, and then brought it up under the cab. I don't know if you can see that. Got a good chunk coming through there. And then there's this little wiring kitty right here. You're able to tuck some excess wires in behind the kick panel right here. So that was excellent. And then I basically snaked it up back behind the console. And then there was some existing blank buttons in place where there was just some blank plastic. This was another pain in the ass. Basically, it'd be really great if you had like a square switch or something that was a little bit easier, maybe like a form fit. You can have an oval button, that's fantastic, but literally the switch is an oval. So I don't know what tools you have in your shop, but when you're trying to mill out a little plastic piece in a perfect oval to go put a button in, it's not the most fantastic thing to do. So doing a lot of finesse on that because I wanted it to be pretty for the old lady. A lot more difficult. So if you can get a different switch for it, fantastic. If maybe they sell it on there and I didn't see it, but like a custom plug-in switch that will go and match all the in-cab stuff, that would work perfect. But the light bar is impressive, so I'm about to wheel it out of the garage right now and go try to blind some stuff. All right, well, I hope this helps with your wiring extravaganza. If you got a 4runner, I think the year span on it was like 14 to 18 or something for the light bar in rough country. Hidden grill, I think 27,000 lumens or something like that. So great quality bar, good products. Wiring was great, tons of excess. Like I said, I think it's a universal kit. And then as for the wiring and stuff, just take your time, go slow. Fishing it through the firewall's a pain, but if you got some nice tools to go spread that rubber apart, it'll make it a lot better on you. Yep. All right. That's what I got. Have a good night.